While working on three-phase distribution system, an electrician needs to clearly understand what it means by three-phase. Three-phase, in essence, means that there are three phases that run from the transformer to the distribution board or to the meter board. That is the red phase, the yellow phase, and the blue phase. It is very important to note that there is a neutral that supplies each and every single phase need in case any of the three phases is chosen for a particular load. Now, the phase has to give a voltage that is in relation to the neutral because of the return path. If the voltage is 240 for us here in Africa or Kenya, then that is okay. If it gives less than that or above that, there could be an issue that needs some check. In most cases, you'll find that the national grid is the one that has an issue, be it on the fuses or there is a loose connection somewhere. What if the problem is internally? That means that the power that is dropping at the meter box is okay, but there is an issue in the home appliances. They are not working perfectly as they are supposed to. That is where now the multimeter comes right into use. You must ensure that you have it and you use it to check where there could be a problem. Phase and neutral must give you same values, especially if it is here where we expect 230 volts AC. That is what we need to be getting, and that has to be consistent with the other phases. If there are variations, they can be very, very small. But again, you must ensure that the quality of the electrical work that has been done is definitely above par. In a three-phase distribution system, especially to a customer, there is no point of having single-phase consumer units. What if the customer decides to have a three-phase machine, whether it's upstairs or some part of the home? The three-phase connectivity should be consistent in any electrical connection, especially with the main board or that of the distribution boards. Another important aspect when it comes to electrical connection is to note that the neutral is only one connection. This is serving these three phases. Therefore, the neutral must be taken with a lot of weight. Now, I want to talk to you about something that is very important here, and it means a lot when it comes to electrical installation. Now, in my hands, I have two bars. This is neutral bar. You can connect a neutral connection here, or you can connect earth connection. Now, these bars are used in the consumer unit. They are very small. Now, we replaced this one because it was really rusting, as you can see from this point here as well as here. So we are replacing with this. You can see it is pure copper so that it will not compromise on the connection. If let's say we are talking about a neutral connection or the neutral loop, it will definitely ensure that electricity flows seamlessly. When it comes to earthing connection on this bar here, it means that it will be safe and sound for our customer. Why? In case there are charges that are floating, they will find their way to the ground through this bar. Now, there's something that I want you to know, that these ones are used in the consumer unit. But I have these bars here. This is a neutral bus bar. We'll be fitting it in this board, this termination board or a distribution board. Why is this important and why is it different from this? As you can see, it is larger with a larger surface area to hold the cable lugs properly. I also have another one here. We'll be connecting to the earth connection. So this will definitely be a point of reference for all the terminations before it goes to the ground. This one will be a point of reference for the termination before it goes to the neutral, the return path for electricity. Last but not least, the earthing. Earthing requires regular maintenance And another important thing is that it requires an opening or an inspection point so that the next electrician or anyone carrying out electrical maintenance will find an easy time to access it and check whether it is still working. Take an example of this scenario here. I had to get rid of that hard rock so that I could at least access where the earth rods were. Earthing, of course, is very critical, especially when we talk about home appliances such as an electric cooker. In my next video, we'll be talking about troubleshooting, the basics, and everything that you need to know. Stay tuned, and if you are not subscribed, kindly subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss an episode. Goodbye for now.